Let's talk about the books I want to read in February. Hi friends, it's Trinity, and last month was actually a pretty good reading month for me. I read most of the books that were on my TBR. Will that happen this month? I don't know. With that being said, here is my February TBR. Now you know February has Valentine's Day, so you know there's gonna be romance in here. But let's be honest, there would have been romance anyway. The two books that I want to start out with were actually on my January TBR that I didn't get to. Let's go ahead and start with Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is one of those books that you just know you're gonna love. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm gonna love this. I just keep putting it off for, I don't know why. Basically, this is a friends to lovers, which, by the way, I recently discovered how much I love that trope by reading People We Meet on Vacation. That book just, it has my heart. With that being said, can't wait to read this. I'm over here so hyped about a book I didn't even read yet, but just know I'm gonna love it. Let me tell you what it's about. This book follows Macy and Elliot, and they're like childhood best friends, but of course something happens and they go their separate ways, which of course sucks, but I believe they end up rekindling their friendship or something like that. I obviously don't know much about this. It's giving very much friends to lovers. It's giving very much second chance romance. We love that. Let's just say I got my hopes up to read this. Don't let me down. Next is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and I've heard so many good things about this one. Now here's the thing. If you know me, you know I love movies. And I mean I love movies. And this says it's better than the movies, so... Now, I believe this is like a enemies to lovers. It follows Wes and Liz. They were childhood neighbors, but Wes would always bother Liz, so they didn't really like each other. Now, let's fast forward 10 years. Okay, Liz is getting ready for prom or whatnot, but Wes moved back in town, and turns out that he gets close to her crush. So she decides that she is going to get close to Wes so that she can get close to her crush. Smart girl. But she realizes that Wes ain't too bad, so. But yeah, I think, sorry, that was me realizing that every chapter they have like a movie quote from like a famous romance. I know they have to have like The Notebook in here, you know what I mean? Like, let me read the first one. I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. From Notting Hill. They have a little picture. How cute. Okay. I do need to read this. I need to read this ASAP. I need to read this now. I'm excited, to say the least. I'm excited, okay? That's all you need to know. I'm just excited for this one. Better than the movies. We'll see about that. Next book I'm actually really excited for, but let me tell you why. Last month I read The Spanish Love Deception, which it was so good, but stop, we ain't talking about that right now. Anyway, I didn't realize that this book had a number 2, and more so I didn't realize that I literally have it. I didn't know that these two went together. I don't think they technically do. I don't know if you can read them as standalones or not, but they're connected. You know what I mean? I bought these 2 separate times, and although the covers are literally so similar, I never put 2 and 2 together, so that's my fault. Spanish Love Deception was just amazing, so I do have very high hopes for The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. Now this follows Rosie, which is actually like best friends with the main character in The Spanish Love Deception. She ends up staying at Lena's apartment, but Lena is like out of town or whatnot. But Rosie doesn't realize she's going to be staying with Lena's cousin, Lucas. Now Rosie even mentions Lucas in The Spanish Love Deception. So kind of cute. Now, Rosie is a writer, but she's suffering writer's block. And in efforts to help her, Lucas decides he's gonna take her on like experimental romantic dates, just to like jog her inspiration and creativity for her book she's writing. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a cute little fun read, a little forced proximity going on here. We'll see what I think about this, but I don't know if they could be Spanish Love Deception. Next is like finally, you know what I mean? It's like finally. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Everyone and their mamas read this, okay? It's my turn. This is a historical fiction and I don't know much about it and I want to kind of keep it that way because I want to go into it kind of being shooketh. All I know is that Evelyn Hugo was like a Hollywood star or whatnot, and I believe she's telling her story of what happened, including her 7 husbands. I don't know. Nonetheless, I'm excited to finally hop on the trend of reading this book and loving it, because I know I will. There's no way I'm not gonna love it. Now, I made my TBR very realistic because last month I read, I think, 6 books. I think. And this month I have 5 books that I wanted to read. That's because this next one, look how thick it is. This is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I do want to finally read this because so many people love it. But then again, there's also people that don't like it. So I want to see which side I'm on. Anyways, this is a adult romance that follows Naomi and Knox. Naomi ends up leaving her wedding, and not only because she didn't want to get married, she also had to help rescue her sister. Turns out her sister kind of did her really wrong and left her with her 11-year-old daughter that Naomi had no clue existed. Now, Knox loves his peace, he loves his alone time, he's kind of like a bad boy, you know what I mean? But he ends up helping out Naomi. I don't know why. But apparently trouble turns into real danger, so they're kind of stuck together. I have no idea what they get into, but am I excited to find out? Yes. Yes, I am. Again, this book is thick, so we'll see if I end up reading it. So these are all the books that I want to read in February. I honestly feel really confident that I'll be able to read these books this month. If you have read any of these books already, let me know in the comments below if they were good, what you felt about them. But please, no spoilers, because I don't like being spoiled. And since you're already here, might as well subscribe or drop a like or turn on that bell notification. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video real soon. Bye! In January. Just kidding. This is February. What? No. Better than the Loomies. What?